Have you ever dreamt of a place where the clocks seem to have simply given up? A corner of the earth where time doesn't march forward but meanders, like a gentle stream finding its way to the sea. Imagine for a moment stepping off a boat and feeling the very air around you hum with a different rhythm, one that encourages you to breathe more deeply, to walk more slowly, and to simply be. This isn't a fantasy from an old storybook, but a real, tangible island nestled in the brilliant blue of the Aegean Sea. It's a place where the sun-drenched afternoons stretch on indefinitely, and the evenings arrive not with a rush, but with a soft, lavender-hued sigh. You feel it in the warmth of the flagstones under your bare feet and in the scent of wild oregano and thyme carried on the sea breeze. Before you even know its name, the island begins to work its magic on you. The island I speak of is Ikaria. Its name is whispered with a sense of wonder. It belongs to a very exclusive club known as the Blue Zones. These are rare, precious pockets of the world where people live extraordinarily long and healthy lives, often reaching 100 with startling vitality. You meet 90-year-olds who still tend their vegetable gardens, who hike the mountain paths, who gather in the local Café Neon to play cards and debate politics with teenage passion. Their eyes sparkle with a light from a century of sunrises. Their hands, though wrinkled, are strong from meaningful work and connection to land. The secret isn't a magic potion or hidden fountain. It's complex and beautifully simple, woven into the island's culture, into the air they breathe and the soil they cultivate. Researchers worldwide come to decode Ikaria. They've studied diets, genes, social structures, daily habits. On Ikaria, time is not a commodity to be managed, saved, or spent. Like the fresh water that springs from its mountains, this philosophy is the very heart of the Ikarian way of life, and it's a concept they call siga siga, slowly, slowly. An appointment set for around midday could mean any time between 11 and 2, and no one bats an eyelid. The day begins not with a blaring alarm, but with the gentle light of dawn. Mornings are often spent outdoors, tending to a garden, walking to the village market. The afternoon brings the cherished siesta, a sacred pause to rest and recharge. Science now tells us it's immensely beneficial for heart health and cognitive function. Community is the invisible architecture of this unhurried existence. People are deeply interconnected. Doors are often left unlocked. Neighbors drop by unannounced, not as an intrusion, but as a welcome part of the daily flow. They live in harmony with the seasons, eating what the land provides. Their exercise is part of the day, walking steep, winding village paths, foraging for wild herbs on the mountainsides. To understand Ikaria, one must taste it. The island's food is not just sustenance. It is medicine, it is history, and it is a celebration of life itself. One of the stars of the Ikarian kitchen is olive oil, liquid gold that flows as freely as water. This isn't just any olive oil. It's locally pressed, rich in polyphenols and antioxidants. And then there are the wild greens, foraged from the hillsides, packed with more nutrients than many cultivated vegetables we find in our supermarkets. Another staple is the sourdough bread, made from stone-ground wheat, which ferments slowly, making it easier to digest. It's food that truly nourishes from the inside out. Every meal is an occasion, a time for connection. A typical Ikarian feast or panegyri is a sight to behold. Whole villages come together to celebrate a saint's day. There's live music played on the violin and lute, and people dance until the early hours of the morning, from the youngest children to the oldest great-grandparents. The local red wine, strong and unfiltered, is enjoyed in moderation with meals and is also rich in protective compounds. But perhaps the most delightful daily ritual is the brewing of herbal tea. These are sipped throughout the day, providing hydration and a host of medicinal benefits. Beyond the villages and the secrets of its people, Ikaria possesses a wild, untamed beauty that captivates the soul. This is not an island of manicured resorts and orderly sun loungers. Put on a sturdy pair of shoes and explore its network of old footpaths, known as monopatia. These trails have connected villages for centuries. Walking them is like stepping back in time. The coastline of Ikaria is a dramatic affair, a masterpiece of nature's artistry. On the south side, sheer cliffs plunge into the deep blue sea, creating a sense of magnificent isolation. But it is the northern coast that holds the island's most famous treasures, its beaches. You will not find endless stretches of uniform sand here, but a series of unique coves, each with its own character. At Knos, you'll find not only a lovely beach, but also the ruins of an ancient temple dedicated to the goddess Artemis. It's a spot imbued with powerful, mystical energy, especially as the sun sets. In the mountain village of Langada, you'll find ancient stone houses and a gorge with old watermills, a testament to a time when the community was entirely self-sufficient. Reaching this haven of slowness has become wonderfully straightforward, even for those of us who aren't seasoned adventurers. The journey itself is part of the transition. Planning such a multi-step journey used to be a puzzle, but modern travel tools have made it an absolute dawdle. Kiwi.com brings all transport options together, comparing prices and schedules. Once you arrive, renting a small car or sturdy scooter is almost essential for truly exploring the island's rugged terrain and hidden gems. Remember the island's motto, Siga Siga. There is no need to rush. For accommodation, Ikaria offers a charming range of options, from simple family-run domatia in coastal villages to beautifully restored stone houses in the hills. As our journey through Ikaria draws to a close, a question emerges. Could you live here? Could you trade the rush and clamor of your current life for the gentle, unhurried rhythm of this Aegean sanctuary? It is a romantic notion to imagine oneself tending a small garden, sharing stories with neighbors in the village square, and measuring time by the rising and setting of the sun. The lessons of Ikaria are not exclusive to its shores. We can all choose to slow down, nurture our connections, eat natural foods, and move our bodies in ways that bring joy. Ikaria reminds us that a long life is not the goal, but a well-lived one is. The island serves as a beautiful, breathing blueprint for a healthier, happier existence. So I leave you with a thought. Where's your timeless place? And if your heart remains in the Greek islands, may I gently suggest our next adventure? Let us set our sights on the ethereal beauty of Folegandros, another Aegean jewel with its own unique charm and quiet elegance.